Hello, Brian Percival here, pleased to meet you. Now, if you've already seen one of these intros, they're all the same. Just go to the timestamp here to get to the content. You'll need to watch this once. All I'm doing briefly is just explaining what's going on. Now, I stopped doing videos about 2 or 3 years ago. Because a lot of stuff was going on and I basically just didn't have time. It was as simple as that. So what I've done is now that I'm going back to it, I'm consolidating everything onto one channel. So there's going to be one place for all the content I do. It's not going to be spread around everywhere anymore. So as anyone who's seen my stuff before knows that I love a jump cut. I love nothing better than a jump cut, basically because I can't be bothered editing properly. Especially when it's just the stuff like this. So I've decided that I'm just going to put everything under my own name now. Like, nothing's going to be by aliases or anything like that. And mostly I've got fed up with the Pickled Onion Night channel because, well, why go under an alias? It's like people that have still got like a name they invented when they were at school, like Peter 512 or something like that. Get over it. Just go and buy my own name. But mostly it's because when I started the Pickled Onion Night channel, I thought it was a really clever and cool Final Fantasy reference, and it turns out that everyone now thinks it's a Game of Thrones reference. So that's annoyed me. So that's why that's going. So yeah, everything's basically just going to be moved across to the one stream. So everything I do is going to be in the one place. So if you like my stuff, this is the place to come. If you don't like my stuff, go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you. With that in mind, I'm recording this little intro to go over the top, to be edited into the older stuff that I've done. Some of it has to be redone. That's just the way it is. Stuff moves forward in a couple of years, and some of the things aren't how they used to be. But some of it is perfectly fine to re-upload here. So I'm just putting this bit in at the beginning so that it looks completely seamless. So what I'll do is, unfortunately, a lot of the older stuff is watermarked. So what I'll do is I'll put a little black bar that's going to rise up here now, and that'll just cover up the watermarks so that nobody gets directed to any of the old stuff anymore. And yeah, well, look forward to the content you haven't seen. A lot of it is older stuff. Like I say, there's new stuff coming. I'm editing loads of stuff at the moment. So yeah, look forward to see you in the future. Right, so here it is, more recent pickups. And now, if you've watched the previous video on the eBay follow-up, you'll know some of these pickups already. I haven't brought them all here to film with me because I'm not in the usual place where I do the filming. And quite frankly, I couldn't be bothered to dig most of them out if they've been there for more than a couple of weeks. Basically, the way it works is I pick up a load of games, and then maybe one day every fortnight I sort them out, and because I don't have the space to display them, they go into big boxes of I've got my PlayStation 2 box, I've got my Wii box, and blah blah blah. So basically, if I bought them more than 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they're in boxes. They're in a very specific order. Because I like to get a bit sort of OCD about these sort of things, and I couldn't be bothered digging them out to make the video. But I have made a list. I do keep track of everything I buy and how much I paid for it. So let me go down the list. Dead or Alive 5 on the PlayStation 3 I already mentioned. That was quite a good pickup. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the Wii, which I got for an absolute steal, I think. Because, and I forgot to mention this on the previous video, it didn't have an instruction book. That was the one proviso that was on it, and quite frankly, I didn't care for that kind of money. I've seen this game go for upwards of £15, and if I'm going to buy it for £2.50, I don't care for saving a £12.50. I don't care if it doesn't have an instruction book. To be perfectly honest, I'm more interested in wallet than the way the game. I'm more interested in the way the game plays. If it came without a disc, that's a different thing. Anyway, Scarface: The World Is Yours on the PlayStation 2. I bought from eBay, £3.25. I think I forgot to mention that in the previous video as well. Dr. Mario on the Game Boy mentioned. Where are we? I got a DSi console, a charger, and 11 games. Again, this was another one I didn't mention on eBay. That was £35. I thought that was really good. I haven't brought any of the DS games down, unfortunately. Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Famicom, Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance, 3 football games on the Super Nintendo, FIFA Soccer, FIFA 96 and Troy Aikman NFL. Where are we? I started building up some of my Disney Infinity collection, and I got the first 2 Power Disc books completely filled up. Some of that was eBay, and quite a lot of that was at retail, but they were the rare ones were I didn't have to pay an awful lot of money for, but I probably paid more than they're worth, to be honest, just to get the first 2 books filled. So I've managed to do that. Extreme Express on the PlayStation 2 is a funny one. It's a racing game featuring trains. Now, I haven't played it yet, but it did look, whether it looked fun or not, I'm not sure, but it certainly did look interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a racing game with trains in it before, so I'll have to try that out at some point. Face Training on the DSi. I bought it for 75p, and the simple reason is it's probably a really shit game, but it was one of 3 DSi exclusives that were released in the UK, and like I say, it was 75p, and I just bought a DSi, so I couldn't say no really. Bully Scholarship Edition on the Wii. I bought that, paid £2.50. Apparently it's better than the PlayStation 2 version. It's got extra features in it in the Wii re-release that weren't in the PS2 versions or the Xbox versions, and also aren't in the digital versions you can buy on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network as well. Apparently the version on the Wii is the definitive edition of that game. Also, it's got its original title of Bully as well, which I like, not Canis Canem Edit, which I don't know why they couldn't call it Bully in this country. I don't understand it. But anyhow, Dragon's Crown on the PlayStation 3. Now, again, not played it, but I've seen this game a few times, and it does look pretty good, and it does seem to appear on quite a lot of people's best games of the PlayStation 3 list, and I found it for £15, and it's in really good nick. It's like it's never been played, so I was quite glad to pick that up. I picked up a GameCube controller, the official GameCube controller, I should say, for the Wii. Well, for the GameCube, obviously, but my Wii is GameCube compatible, so I picked up one of them, and a memory card as well. That was £14 all in for the pair of them. Teenage Mutant Ninja. Let me try that again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Smash Up on the Wii. I found that in a charity shop for £2, and I picked it up, and when I got it home, I realised that it was. I didn't check, and normally I do check these things in store, but I was in a bit of a rush that day. Didn't have an instruction book. But, and I have mentioned this in a previous video as well, games that were designed specifically to be given to children, especially young children, you will find hard pressed to find them second-hand in a good condition anyway. So, because of that, I wasn't too disappointed. I thought, well, yeah, I may have overpaid for a game that's incomplete, but on the other hand, it's supposedly quite a reasonable game, which is something that the Wii arguably is lacking. There's, it's not the best game in the world, but it's not shovelware either. So I'm quite happy to keep that in the collection. There was a funny one I found in a charity shop called Fightbox on the PlayStation 2. Again, I not only had I never played this game, I'd never even heard of it until this is literally the first time I'd seen it was the day I picked it up. That was £1.49 in the Salvation Army shop. So yeah, Fightbox on the PlayStation 2. That was a good pickup. Star Wars Episode 3 I got in the same shop for the same price, £1.49. No, Arcana Heart 3 on the PlayStation 3. I bought that basically because it was the limited edition version with all the cards and the art book and things. So I bought that because again, normally, like I said in a previous video, again, stay away from limited editions, but ones with art books and things like that, absolutely fine. I also got the Kingdom Hearts Special Edition with the art book as well. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 on the PlayStation 3. I paid pretty much retail price for both of them. So the Arcana Heart 3 Limited Edition I paid $15.50 for. The Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Limited Edition I paid £20 for, £20.50 for. So that was at full retail price. Didn't get a deal on them, but quite glad to have them in the collection anyway. Now, I bought a U-Draw tablet, which is another interesting peripheral for the PlayStation 3. It is what it sounds like. It's a little tablet with a pen that plugs into the PlayStation 3, and there's a certain amount of games that have been released for it. I got the tablet and the game Instant Artist to go with it for £3.50. Not boxed. Obviously the game's in a box. It would have been nice to get it with the box, but at £3.50 I'm not really going to complain. I think that was a reasonably good deal. So what else? Resistance Fall of Man on the PlayStation 3, Lair and Formula 1 Champion Edition on the PlayStation 3. All three of them very early release games, and the price reflects that really. I got all three of them for £4. The 4DS games I mentioned in the previous video that I got for, in fact I paid $21.30 for all four of them. That was another eBay purchase, and that was the 3 Professor Layton games and Hotel Room 212, Hotel Dusk or something, Room 212. Anyway, they're apparently, I mean, I've played the Layton ones and I really like them. The Hotel one I haven't played, but apparently is very good. So, come on to the stuff that I've actually got to show off, which is the more recent stuff that I've bought. Now, I've got this beat up box Zapper, which comes with Link's crossbow training on the Wii. So if I open that up, you can see here's the Zapper. You plug your controller into there and fire away, and it comes with Link's crossbow training as well, which is on the way. Which I think, I'm not certain, but I think you can only get this game with the Zapper. You can't buy it separate. Well, you can probably buy it separately second hand, but I don't think it was actually released separately. I think you had to buy the Zapper package to get Link's crossbow training. The box is not in very good condition, but I only paid, if I refer back to my list, £3 for that. Which I also bought another Zapper separately with no box and no game as well. So I've got 2 Zappers now. So if I can find a friend that wants to admit to playing Wii games, I can have a Zapper competition with them. There's some stuff I'm going to leave till last because I think it's the more sort of special stuff. Right, Monster Hunter Tri. This is like advanced Pokemon, I suppose. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's monster hunting. Again, I haven't played this. None of these I've played. I haven't had the time. And how much did I pay for that? This might be one I haven't actually got written down. Oh, yes, I have. £3 that was, in a charity shop. And it looks like it's... honestly, not only does it look like it's never been played, it looks like it's never been touched. Look. It's immaculate. So yeah, quite pleased about that. Little King Story on the Wii. Now, I mean, I've seen this game quite a few times, and everyone seems to bang on about how rare and how good a game this is. Now, I bought this online at an online shop, and they had more than 20 copies for sale, and the price for it was £2.50. That was including delivery. So for a game that's supposedly so good and so rare, £2.50, and there's more than 20 copies available. I don't know, but I do look forward to playing it. But this is, again, I keep harking back to this stuff that I've mentioned in previous videos. Just because 10 people on YouTube say that a game is rare and pricey doesn't make it so. You can find the bargains if you're willing to put the legwork in to look. Now, I'll leave the retro stuff for a bit later. Brothers on the PlayStation 4. Now, this is one that I bought purely because it's download only on the PlayStation 3, and it's got a supposedly limited release on PlayStation 4. But I don't actually own a PlayStation 4. I'm waiting till I'll probably get one in about a year's time when the Neo version starts to go down in price a little bit. And maybe I can get some sort of bundle deal with a Neo PlayStation, a couple of controllers, and a virtual reality lollipop set. But yeah, I knew this is one that I want to play. This is definitely one I want to own. So I took the plunge and actually bought it. And I think that was, yeah, £10. £10 on eBay that was. Again, including delivery. All the prices I'm going to quote are including what it costs to actually get it to me as well. Whether that was, Royal Mail or courier or whatever. That is what the total that I paid for it. Bayonetta on the PlayStation 3. Now, lots of people talk about the game Bayonetta, but most people talk about it on the Nintendo Wii, where it's apparently quite rare. The game shop local to me has the Nintendo Wii version for only a couple of quid more than the PlayStation 3 one is, so I might go down and buy that anyway, so that I've got it on the Wii. But supposedly this is very good. That's another pick up here. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. That was £1, I think, in a charity shop. Hitman 2. Yep, £1 in the same charity shop I bought Monster Hunters in. Now, I saw this game and I thought, oh, I've already got that, but it's only £1 and it's in pretty good nick. So I bought it and I thought, well, I'll stick that on eBay or put it on a forum and trade it for something else. And then when I got home, I realised that I didn't actually own this. I thought I did, but it turns out I didn't. So now I've got this in the collection as well. Infamous Special Edition with the comic books or cards or whatever they are. Exclusive art book and extra gigawatt blades power. Which is going to be no use to me because I don't really like taking games online, and because I bought it second hand, the code is probably invalid now anyway. But as I already have this game, I have the original version, the normal version of this game, if you like. So I played it anyway, and it's actually reasonably dull. But because I bumped into this and I thought, well, it's the special edition, I'll probably get rid of the normal edition and keep this one for the collection, and we'll all be happy. Again, another special edition, Ghostbusters. This one is the special edition because it comes with the Blu-ray movie in here, although when I took a closer look I was quite disappointed because, as far as I'm aware, there should be an extra piece here that folds over that keeps the Blu-ray movie in place, but this was just the game, the booklet, and the movie just sort of loose, which disappointed me because I think somebody along the line must have changed the box and put it in a replacement case. But no matter, I've got it, so I can play the game and watch the film in high definition. I'll leave that one for a minute. Red Alert 3. What can you say about this game? Everyone knows what Red Alert is. And any game that has George Takei and Tim Curry in it, buy it. You ever see Tim Curry on anything, in anything, endorsing anything, buy the thing that he's in, because Tim Curry is fantastic. Formula 1 2012. Again, what do you say about this? It's a Formula 1 game, and I got it very, very cheap. I think this is another charity shop pickup, if I check. Yeah, British Heart Foundation, £1.99. And it's, again, another one of these ones. I mean, it's not in immaculate condition, but that disc has seen pretty much no wear and tear at all. Another couple of special editions, the BlazBlue Continuum Shift and BlazBlue Continuum Shift Instead. This one contains the exclusive soundtrack and 12 premium quality sketches, and I've checked, it is all in the box. And this one contains a limited edition 86-page full-colour booklet featuring concept sketches and artwork never before seen outside developers' studios. A series of 8 quality exclusive art prints and a collectible reference guide. Now, I don't know what that is, but I don't own the standard edition of this games, so I just picked them up. I think I'm only missing one from the BlazBlue collection now. I think there's 4, and I've got 3 of them. All of the 3 I've got are limited edition versions, as far as I think. What to do next? Yeah. Shovel Knight on the PlayStation 4. Now, I had already done one recording of this video when this was sealed. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to unwrap the seal on the video? So that's exactly what I did. I'll reenact it for you now. Unfortunately, when I look back on the video, the camera was out of focus. So that's why you had the reconstruction there rather than actually me breaking the seal. But again, this is another one. I don't own a PlayStation 4, but this is another one that I knew I definitely wanted to get, and it's, you know, it's one of these brilliant games one of these brilliant sort of independent games that you just don't get every day. And I knew I wanted to get it, and I saw it at a reasonable price, so I bought it. And again, that was new and sealed for $11.50 all told. 2 more things in the sort of new pile. Now, this is an odd one, and why I say it's an odd one, this is Rodea the Sky Soldier on the Wii U. Now, I don't know if it's a particularly good game, because unfortunately I don't have a Wii U. And it's not a case of, like I've done with Shovel Knight and things. I probably will get a Wii U at some point in the future, but with Shovel Knight and Brothers, I knew I definitely wanted to get them. This one would have never appeared on my radar if it wasn't for the fact of one special feature about it, which is if I open it up, you can see it looks perfectly normal. Here's the instructions, here's the Wii U game, but flip this over, and oh, what's this? This is a Wii version of the game. It also has a reversible cover, if you can see in there, with the Wii print on the back. So, and the reason I bought this is because this will be officially the last ever release for the Nintendo Wii. And because of that, I think this is going to jump up in rarity like nobody's business. At the moment, nobody knows about this, or very few people seem to know about this game. Like I say, I only found out because I picked up on it somewhere. It was on the back end of a forum or something like that. Somebody mentioned it, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look into that. Seeing as though I do quite like the Wii as a console, and I do consider myself as a bit of a Wii collector. So yeah, I went out and I bought this game, and I was really surprised to learn that somebody is still actually making Wii games at the moment. Bearing in mind that the Wii console itself was discontinued about 2.5 years ago. It's very unusual for somebody still to be making games for it. And if you actually look at the box, the fact that it's got a Wii version it's not anywhere on the box. It doesn't even mention it, as far as I can see. So yeah, it's a little bit of a secret that nobody seems to, or very few people seem to know about, is that this Rodea the Sky Soldier is officially, or will be official, unless somebody does something stupid like releasing another Wii game, this will be the last officially released game for the Nintendo Wii, and as such it will probably skyrocket in value. Unfortunate for those that actually want to play it, is I think this is going to be bought by a lot of hoarders, but there you go. What can you do? If they're going to do a limited run of something like that, and it will be a limited run, that is definitely one to get if you're a Wii collector, probably even if you're a Wii U collector as well, because how many cross-platform games do you get on Nintendo systems? Not many. Right, bargain of the week. Ugh. Heavy old thing this. Tatsunoko vs Capcom arcade stick. This is the Mad Catz Tatsunoko vs Capcom arcade stick. Lovely chunky buttons to press, and the game to go along with it. £50. That's what this was. £50. All told, £50 with the stick and the game. No, I have never seen one of these sticks go on eBay for any less than that. I think the cheapest one I've ever seen on eBay, bearing in mind I wasn't really looking, I sort of bumped into this by accident as I was looking for something else. I think the cheapest one of these I've ever seen on eBay was going for about £70 on its own. That was just a stick. To get the stick and the game for 50 quid I think was utterly phenomenal. The trouble is, no box, and this plastic painted stuff on top will scratch off like nobody's business. So what I'm probably going to do is get some soundproofing material or foam material from Maplin at some point and actually construct a little overlay for this just to keep it safe while it's being stored. But I think 50 quid for the pair of them, I think that was utterly the bargain of my last 2 months. Normally I wouldn't spend that kind of money, but when you see a bargain like that, you can never say no, really, can you? Well, I certainly can't. Only a couple of things left to show. A couple of Super Nintendo games, both eBay purchases, and won the auctions for less than I wanted to actually pay for them. Street Racer by Ubisoft. This is another one that I sold years ago and found that I really, really missed. Super Drop Zone, Archer McLean's Super Drop Zone, the same person that did all the pool games on your Amiga or Spectrum. Yeah, I'm not sure about this game. I'm pretty sure I must have played it at some point, but I can't remember what it's about. And I bought it on a whim because it was the dying minutes of the auction, and it was going for such a reasonable price that I just, I'll just put a bid in just on the off chance, and then accidentally won it. So I've got that. But this is one I actually went for. Pushover on the Super Nintendo. Now, if you haven't played this game, it is definitely one to try out. If you're a fan of puzzle games, it's basically like Domino Rally, but with different types of dominoes that do different things. And I wouldn't want to call it rare, but I don't see many of them. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's rare in it of itself. What it basically means, I think, and this is just my opinion, I think that people that own this game don't want to part with it, because it is quite addictive for a puzzle game. And if you can't find a copy to play, get it on an emulator. It'll work perfectly happily on an emulator. I can't stress this enough with Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, because of the price mostly that they are. Just emulate them first and see if you actually like them before you might think Mario Kart looks absolutely brilliant, but if you're the sort of person that doesn't like them sort of games, try them on an emulator before you throw down 30 quid for cartridge only, just to play it, sort of thing. But this one is complete. The box has seen better days, but it is complete. The cartridge in there looks absolutely pristine, although it does smell a little bit of acetone, so somebody has cleaned it. The instruction book there. But this was £10. That's all that was. I think it was exactly £10, including delivery, because I factored that in when I put in the eBay price. Oh, for some reason I haven't wrote it down on the list. But there you go. So that's the last thing I wanted to show off. Now, I will say, I will be doing another pickups video, obviously, in another couple of months. I'll probably do them every 2 months or so, depending on the amount of stuff that I end up buying. But the next one is probably going to be on the light side, because personally it's birthday season coming up for me. Mine's included in that as well, but pretty much everyone I know has a birthday between September and December. So yeah, it's going to be a light few months for me. So there might be slightly less stuff, or the stuff that is here might be slightly on the cheaper side. But I think it's still interesting showing off all the pickups as I get them, or at least every couple of months. So that's about it. If you've got any questions or any comments on anything I've said, or if I've made a mistake and not realised it and I desperately need correcting, then please feel free to comment or send a Twitter message, or whatever it is you feel like doing. Only keep them relatively nice. We all have feelings, and I'll see you in the next video.